I hope everybody saw the Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson interview, and I hope that people understand what it is, because my problem is that America, for the first part, or for the most part, doesn't really understand when to get worried. We've always been, for the most part, I don't want to say lackadaisical, but we've been very, very calm and very, very fortified and very, very assuaged by the idea that everything is fine. We have nothing to worry about because we have, for the longest time, enjoyed this kind of this compartmentalized cushioning that is here. But the real issue that we have to understand is that censorship, in particular, which I think is the most important threat probably of all, is not some I don't know what the word is. It's not some organized governmental thing or something that you can identify as such. It's far more insidious, far more critical, and it is something that everybody should care about. The problem that I have is, remember, my enemy is the torpor, the inertia of the American people. That's my enemy. I know it sounds crazy. That's it. Censorship is not random today. It's not accidental. It's coordinated, top down, global, operational. And it means nothing if the American people don't recognize it. And also if the American people don't get upset about it. It's executed by a convergence, if you will, of intel platforms and agencies and corporate entities and platforms that work systemically and work connectedly. Pharmaceutical giants, big pharma, big tech. I always say deep state, police state, intel state, shadow government, big government, ruling class, you name it. This is a system that operates, in essence, with a shared unified goal: to control the narrative, to control the basis for which you believe. If you are told all of a sudden that seed oils are horrible, methylene blue is good, paleo diets are good, butter is good, vegetables are bad, veganism is bad, veganism is good, tattoos are cool, whatever the narrative is, whatever you are given, that's what matters. Because, and look no further than Michelle Obama, who is trying her best to explain in a very, very weird way how she's normal and how she has been the victim of whatever it is. That's her narrative. They want to crush dissent. They want to protect the elite power. And listen to me carefully. If you think these people are going away, if you think just because Trump won, they're going to say, okay, well, he won fair and square. You know, better luck next time. You're out of your mind. This is see, I have to teach people. I'm not doing a good job. We're not doing a good job. The media aren't. Fox News isn't. A lot of people aren't. I think Judge Napolitano has done more for this than anybody else. But the First Amendment is not merely some legal artifact. It's not some historical vestige or relic. It's the final safeguard, the most important safeguard between liberty, totalitarianism, tyranny, whatever you want to call it. The ability to speak freely, especially when it's unpopular or uncomfortable or problematic. This is the foundational test, the basis of a free society. And once speech is controlled, once it's controlled, once it is manufactured, once it is limited in any way, it's over. And more importantly, once you're afraid to speak, we've all been we always are told, don't say this, don't say that, don't say this, don't say that. They won't let me speak. We're getting used to it. We're not rebelling against it. We're being conditioned. We're being taught. That's the thing. Human beings by default learn. We pick up patterns, frequencies, patterns, cycles. We learn. Don't go here because the wild animals are there. Go this way. Okay. We don't argue. Why is that true? Why are there wild animals there? That's not fair. I want to go there. No. Nature says, you can argue all you want. We're in charge of this. We're in charge of the butter, my favorite joke. Technocracy is the new tyranny. Big government's the new tyranny. But big tech government, big pharma, big agra. We forgot all about them during the GMO movement. The globalist model doesn't use brute force. It uses data, uses surveillance, it uses digital infrastructures through ESG scores, through digital currencies, through social credit scores, through AI moderation and biometric tracking. The control grid today, and by the way, the control grid today is being constructed in plain sight. It's not theoretical. It's not operational. Or excuse me, it is operational, but it's happening in plain sight. I can't say that enough, dear friend. I can't say that enough, and I can't tell you enough how I have to do a better job today in trying to explain things. ESG, I mentioned, is environmental, social, and governance. We have to scare people, so to speak. We have to put them in a world where they're aware of this. And the thing is, it is most of our jobs, if you will, to not worry about things. See, we're always told, don't worry about things. Don't, talk yourself out of it. We always like to placate. Well, that's not true. Well, don't worry about that. Well, that's the way that. Well, it is true. It is a problem. And it's something that I have to get the word across to people about. I'm serious. I think I'm doing a terrible job at this. Censorship today includes the weaponization of reputation, false accusations. Look what they did to Alex. Alex fought back. You talk about, and I know this may sound, dare I say, a bit heretical to even suggest this for a moment, but when you talk about Mr. Resilience, you think of President Trump, and there's no doubt about that. But I'll put Alex Jones up against anybody. What he has been through since day one. And there were some times when I'm really worried about him. I looked at his health, I looked at his weight, I looked at the way he was acting, his attitude. I've learned a lot. And I've learned a lot just, not because of age or wisdom, but just, you just hang around long enough and you see things. And I know in my own situation, my own life, when you need to kind of step back and say, okay, you need to reboot. And I rebooted. I kind of had and everybody does this. You have to go through this. Alex rebooted. Many of us reboot. By the way, some can change. Like when I married Mrs. L, that was not only rebooting, that was getting a new operating system. I always like computer analogies, but it's really true. They went after him. They targeted him with legal campaigns and the like. This is something nobody cared about because he was loud and he was obnoxious and he was fat and bilious, and I'm not saying that, but that's the way people thought. He's crazy. He's obviously crazy. And whenever somebody speaks in a particular way, we say, you're crazy. That's why it is extremely important to not speak crazily. That's all. But they wanted to destroy his social, financial, his personal life because he dared to speak against the regime. This is not justice. This is social assassination. Social assassination through any means possible. And the next phase is clear. Criminalizing dissent. Governments are preparing to expand hate speech and misinformation laws to the point where mere disagreement is going to be labeled as some kind of criminal offense. This is something which I don't know if people really explain or get this. It is that critical. And I don't know how to get the point across. I don't know how to wake people up. We use the word woke. We're not woke. Our side is the worst. We don't understand anything. The other day, I tried to conduct I realized nobody even understands tariffs. Nobody grasps tariffs, and this is the most important thing in the world. I don't think you have to have a PhD in economics, but for something as important as tariffs, nobody really got it because I have to explain somehow the urgency of this. See, that's the part. I have to get this across, and I have failed, and we have failed. Alex Jones probably did more than anybody else, and Tucker Carlson. There are many, many people here in this group, and no matter who they are, I don't care. They're waking people up to this new resonance, this new focus, this new appreciation for reality. I can't say that enough. I hope you watch the latest iteration of Tucker and Alex Jones, and watch it again, and more, and better yet, have people come over and talk about it. Most people do not want to talk about it. Remember, people do not enjoy. Deep thinking is not what Americans like to do or do well. So I hope you're the exception. I think you are. That's why you're here. Do me a dear favor, dear friend. Please watch my videos. It's very interesting. I found out that so few of the people who watch videos, not just me, but people who watch videos, subscribe to the channel. So please subscribe. Like this video. Liking is critical to our, you know how this thing works. And also hit that bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And whatever you do, I beg, beseech, import you, and ask you, dear friends, to comment. Comment as you see fit. Answer some of the questions I've put up for you. And comment now.